Okay, so let's continue, guys. Right. So now what we are going to discuss is okay. So the next topic will be backups, guys. Safety. So the last topic is security, right? So the next topic will be safety, right? So how we are going to manage the safety of the SQL server, right? So in case of something went wrong, how we are going to recover? Okay, in case if something went wrong, how we are going to recover? Okay, so till what point we can recover? How we are able to recover? Okay, in what scenarios we should be able to recover? So all these things we are going to cover in this safety session, guys. Okay, so let me open this. What is that? Patch 54 running news, right? Yeah. Okay. So now, this bar, yeah. Right. So how we can provide the safety to the SQL server, or how we can provide safety to the data, guys? How, what is the main way, or how we can achieve the safety to the databases or your SQL server, guys?
By creating
Backup,
replication.
taking a backup.
Uh-huh. Who said replication?
Me, sir, Deepak.
Why Deepak? You love replication or what?
Because if anything, one database has been gone, so we can have another copy to restore that.
Like that, we have 5 solutions. Why only replication? To do that, we have 5 solutions in SQL Server. Log shipping, mirroring, replication, clustering, always on. So why you're interested in replication, Deepak? I'm just asking casually.
I guess if the whole machine goes down, then we can also have a replication on the another machine. So that's
The-
why.
Okay, that will be fine. Okay, so before that, what we have to discuss is we can achieve the safety with the help of the backups and recovery, guys. Backups and recovery. If something went wrong, okay, if something went wrong, we should be able to recover the database, guys. That is our main motto as a DBA. We have to provide security to the data. At the same time, we have to provide safety also to the data. So how you can provide safety to the data, guys? How we are going to provide the safety to the data? What we can do to achieve the safety, guys? The first way is your backups and restore. Backups and restore or recovery, guys. Okay, so let's discuss about the backups. So everyone knows the importance of the backups, right? Everyone knows the importance of the backups, right? So now every day we are taking the backups unknowingly, right? So if we are using the WhatsApp, right? So every day at night, 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock. So if you see, I don't know how many of you saw that one. Of course, in the morning also sometimes you can see one notification back up the messages, something like that, WhatsApp backups and all. So backup is very important, guys, for any application. Backups are very important. There are some scenarios, there might be some chances that database can be corrupted. There are some chances that drive can be corrupted. There are some chances that machine, the OS can be corrupted. There are some chances that the whole machine will be deleted or dropped or something happen. Any natural calamities like disasters, earthquakes, hmm, tsunamis, floods, there is a chance that your data, there is no safety to your data in case if you are not providing any of the safety solutions, right? So in that, the basic safety solution we have is backups, guys. Backup. So it's very important and it's mandatory to have the backups of each and every database in the organization. In the organization, it's mandatory to have the backup for each and every database, so that if something went wrong, if my database is corrupted or someone by mistake, someone they deleted some important tables, unknowingly they deleted some important tables, I should be able to recover as a DBA. So for that purpose and all, regularly we have to take the backups for all the databases in the SQL Server. It's not like a critical databases, non-critical databases, important databases, not so important database. Not like that. For every database, including system databases, we'll take the regular backups on every day. Okay, as per the respective timings and all. Okay, every day we are going to take the backups. Every 15 minutes, we are going to take the backups. Every 15 minutes, guys. Every 15 minutes, we are going to take the backups for safety side, for extra safety and all. Not for every day. Every 15 minutes, we'll take the backups in the organization. That's how it will work. So backups are very important, guys, for every database. So without backups, in case if something went wrong, we cannot able to recover the data. It will be very difficult to recover the data. So every database, by default, we have to take the backup on each and every database, whether it is a small or big, whether it is a critical or non-critical. Every database, we have to provide the safety by taking the backups, guys. Okay. So how many types of backups are there in SQL Server?
Three types.
Three types. What are those three types of backups?
Not
Backup,
DBA, not
incremental
differential log.
backup,
Mm-hmm.
full backup,
Full backup.
increment backup, and
Differential backup.
Mm-hmm.
Log backup.
Okay. So technically, we have 11 types of backups. 11 types of backups. These are segregated into two types. What are those two types, guys? Hot backups,
cool.
cold backups. Under hot backups means what? The backups that you can take when the database is in online, when the database is in online or accessible. Okay, that is called hot backup. Hot backups means the backup that you can take when the database is in online or accessible. That is called hot backups, guys. What is cold backup? You can guess the definition. You can guess the definition.
Offline.
It is offline.
Very
When
good.
the database is offline.
Very good. Super. Super. Okay. So offline or inaccessible. Okay. So technically there are 11 types of backups. These 11 types of backups are segregated into two main types, hot backups and cold backups. Under hot backups, we have 10 types of backups. Okay. What are those 10 types, guys? What are those 10 types?
Full backup,
Full backup,
differential,
differential backup,
transaction lock,
transaction log backups or T-log backups. Okay. Next, copy only full backup.
copy only,
Next, file and
tail
file
lock,
group backup. Next, tail log
Mirror
backup. Next, mirror backup. Next, split backup or striped backups. Next, partial backup. Next, partial differential backup. Okay, out of these 10 hot backups, we'll regularly use full, differential, log, copy only, and tail log backups, guys. Okay, let me add this here. Control X, that will be here, and yeah. Control Z, Control B. Okay. So out of all these backups, we'll regularly use only these 5 backups, guys. Regularly means regularly we'll use these 4 backups. Rarely we'll use this tail log backup. Okay, so I'll just give a brief of a single line or I'll just explain about these backups. We are not going to use it, but we'll discuss completely about all these 5 types of backups. I'll just give you a normal discussion, a brief discussion on this on other backups, guys. Okay. So now let's start with the full backup, guys. Let's start with the full backup now. So you can guess it. What is a full backup, guys? What is meant by full backup? Full backup.
It will
Uh, i- Full backup.
Backups all the
Yes,
the
we'll take the backup
data.
of whole database.
Yeah.
Whole database in the sense,
All the tables,
All
we'll
objects.
take the
all
backup of
objects. Yeah.
all the files, technically, right? Backup means
Oh yeah, the
collection of
data
files,
file,
right?
log file.
Correct. Backup means collection of files, right? So when you trigger the full backup, okay, when you trigger the full backup, it will take backup of all the files, including your data files and log files also. Full backup will take the backup of data files and log files, guys. Okay, it's very important. It's very important backup. And for every database, full backup is mandatory. Okay, for every database, full backup is mandatory, guys. So what a full backup will do, it will take the backup of all the data, including data files and log files. Okay, so that means it will take the backup of committed and uncommitted data. It will take the backup of committed data and uncommitted data also. Okay, it will take the backup of committed data and uncommitted data, guys. This is the full backup definition. Okay, so how to take the full backup? Very simple, guys. Backups, guys, very simple topic, nothing to break your heads, and a very easy concept. Okay, right? So go to your SQL server and security, I mean, sorry, not security. Go to any of the database. For example, if you want to take the backup of this database, right click. You can take backup in two ways, as you know that one way is GUI, second way is through query. Both I will show you. Okay. Sometimes in the interviews they will ask you what is the query to take the full backup. Very simple query, very easy query. I'll tell you. Right click on the database, tasks, backup. Now you can see whatever backups we discussed, you can see here full backup, differential backup and all. Okay. Now you can see, guys. Okay, so now full backup I want to take. Okay, so make sure the database name is I want to take the backup on AdventureWorks 2019. Later you changed your mind, you want to take backup of some other database, you can still change your database. Okay, now for example you want to take the backup of IPL database, you can select the IPL database. What kind of backup you want to take? Okay, so you want to take full backup. Okay, you want to take full backup, so make sure you just selected full backup here. If you want copy only, you have to select copy only. If you want file and file group, you have to select file and file group here. But let's go with full backup first. Okay, select full backup here from your drop down. Of course, by default full will be selected. Make sure full is selected or not. Okay, guys, I'll tell you about this recovery model later. We have a separate session on that, don't worry. So now you want to take the backup means generally what you will do, guys, forget about the SQL server. You want to take the backup of one file in your laptop or in your phone. What you will do?
we'll select the one path.
Patient.
What you will do? You want to take the backup of one file generally. What you will do? What
I
are the
have
We'll
to
things?
make
select
sure
the one
that
the
I have
path
enough
and
space.
include
What
the
things?
destination.
What things you will consider before taking the backups?
Make sure that I have a space
Enough
for storage
space.
in my.
Very good. Super. Super. To which location you want to take the backup? You should have enough free space. Correct, guys? Correct. Without free space, can I take the
Yes.
backup? I cannot, right? And in the organization, you can see the databases with a ranging from 1 MB to 1 TB, 2 TB, 10 TB also. Okay, so it's very important that you have to check in the destination where you are trying to take the backup. Okay, so for example, you are copying marriage photos or some function photos you are copying. Function photos means definitely the size will be big, right? Around 10 GB, 20 GB and all kind of data will be there. So before copying, you will check one drive. You will see how much free space is there in the drive. You will select that drive based on the free space. You will select in which drive you are having 20 GB free space and you will try to copy the backup. Correct, guys? In the same way, So before taking the backup, what is the very important thing that you have to keep in mind? To which location you are taking the backup, and whether there is enough free space is there or not in that location. These two things you have to keep in mind, guys. Very simple thing. Whatever we are doing currently, the same thing I'm explaining. So two things you have to keep in mind. One is to which location you are taking the backup. Second is in that location whether you have enough free space or not. Correct, guys? Clear? Is it clear? Now, I want to take the backup to disk. There are two options. Destination. You see here, destination. This is source. This is destination. So to which location you want to take the backup? Backup to disk or URL. Disk means if you are trying to take backup to your drives, your C drive, D drive, E drive, if you are trying to take the backup to the drives, that is called, Dimitri, please be muted. That is called disk level backup. Okay, if you are trying to take the backup to any of the drive, that is disk. Right. Now you can also take backup to URL. URL means Azure. To cloud, if you want to take the backups to the cloud, we can choose URL, guys. Cloud we are not discussing now, right? In the Azure SQL DBA, okay? The Azure trainer is going to cover the cloud backups and all. Don't worry. Okay, so my aim is, right, I want to take the backup to the disk. Okay, of course, by default, the disk will be selected. Make sure disk is selected or not. So now by default, it just suggested one path, okay, like this. But I don't want this path or this file name. I'll remove this. I'll give my own path. Click on add. Which location you want to take the backup? Browse and check the path. First of all, check whether enough free space. I want to take the backup to C drive. Check enough free space is there or not in the C drive. Go to this PC. You can see now how much free space is there. Around 8 GB free space. That is good, guys. My database size is small only, so 8 GB is fine for me. So what I'll do, I'll take the backups to default location. Where is the default location? C, program files, Microsoft SQL Server, double click on it. And default instance, right? I'm using computer name, default instance. Go to this folder, double click on it. And go to MS SQL, double click on it. There is a backup folder. You remember, guys? You remember when you install SQL Server, by default, you will get these folders. Let me show you.
Yes.
Okay. Microsoft SQL Server, default instance, MS SQL, backup. By default, you will get this folder when you install SQL Server. So I'll take the backup to this location. See, currently nothing is there here. The folder is empty. So what we can do here? Select the backup folder and I have to give the file name, right? Correct. So I'm giving the file name, right? So before giving the file name, it's very important that you have to follow organization standards. You can give any name, no problem at all. But it should be it should follow some standard procedures, right? Right, you can give your favorite heroine name also, no issues. Pooja Hegde.bak you can give. But if someone is there, if he don't like Pooja Hegde, he will delete that backup file. Correct? Just joking, guys, nothing. So it will be like that. You can give any name. You can give any name, but you have to follow standards. Why? Because you are working with your colleagues. So you have to follow the standard. So what is the standard name, Shanmukh? In that backup name, include the database name, IPL. My database name is IPL. I'm trying to take the backup to IPL _. There are different types of backups are there. What type of backup you are taking now? Full backup. Full backup. So you have to include the date. It's good to include the date, guys. On which date you took the backup? Today, 10th May 2024. Backup files, especially full backups. This is a file. Every file will be, it will have an extension in the Windows operating system. So backup files will have an extension of .bak. But again, extensions are just a standard policy. That's it. You can give any extension. You can give any extension is mandatory, but you can give any extension. You can give .bak, you can give .shanmukh, you can give .pooja, you can give .mansa, you can give .surya, .shalem, .ravi, .ade, .dimitri. Any name you can give. Your name also you can give. But you should make sure that the standard policy is for full backup. will give the extension as .bak, backup file, right? .bak. So this is how we'll follow the backup file naming convention, guys. In the database name, if you don't name it properly, your colleagues can easily understand in the first day itself. You don't have a genuine experience. Okay, are you getting the point, guys? So in the backup file name, make sure you include the database name. Make sure you include the type of backup. Make sure you include the date and timestamp. In this scenario, I'm just including the date. Today is 10th, sorry, 11th. Today is 11th, 11/5/2024.bak. If you want, you can add the time also. Okay, now the time is in this, currently here, time is 8:50, something 20 seconds or 30 seconds .bak. Like this, you should be able to add. But it's not mandatory. Again, I'm saying, again, you can give Pooja Hegde.bak also. No issues at all. It shouldn't be the same. Like how I gave, it shouldn't be the same. Any name you can give, but this is the standard policy. Okay, guys, just click OK and click OK. Now it will take the backup to this location with this file name. Okay, go to media options. So you can see here, there are two sections. One is overwrite. Under overwrite media, there are two sections. One is append and overwrite. I'll explain what is this media set and all. Okay, don't worry. What is this media set and all? I'll explain. What is backup set? You can see here, there are some terminologies: backup set, backup sets, and media set. You can see. I'll tell you what is media set, backup set and all. Very simple. One backup file is called one backup set, guys. Okay. One backup file is called one backup set. Okay. Collection of backup sets is called, you can guess it,
Media.
media set. I'll tell you, so Shanmukh, how it will be collected, okay, how it will be clubbed together. I'll show you, don't worry. Okay, so now backup to the existing media set. Okay, keep it as it is. Don't change anything. I'll tell you, once the backup file is created, you will get a clear idea what is backup set and what is media set. Okay, so now keep it as it is. Don't change anything. Keep it as it is. Go to backup options. Okay, so this is the backup set name. If you want, you can keep it as it is. If you want, you can add the description, right? And if you want, you can give this value. Backup set will expire. If you give 2 days, what will happen, guys? What will happen?
After 2 days, it will expire.
It will delete.
Can I, who said it will delete? It will be deleted. Who said that one?
Me, Mansa.
Manasa, very good. Okay. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Right? So now you see, right? Sometimes, like when we are buying the food and all, we'll see the expiry date. Right? So what it means, guys, if it is crossing the expiry date or reaching the expiry date, we cannot make use of that food, correct? Same here also. Backup set will expire if you give 2 days. After 2 days, correction, after 2 days, it won't be deleted, guys. After 2 days of your food, if the food date is expired, after 2 days, it is going to be deleted. No, right? So here also your backup file won't be deleted, but you cannot make use of that backup file. It will simply throw you the error, backup set expired. Are you getting the point, guys? So Manasa, the backup file won't be deleted after 2 days. It will be
Yes.
there. It will be there, but you cannot make use of that file. Okay. So backup set, generally we don't follow this rule, guys. So it will be generally 0 days only. 0 days means unlimited. Until the backup file is existed, you can make use of that backup file. So generally no one will select the backup set will expire. 99.99% the backup set won't be expired, guys. It will be 0 days only. Okay. Clear, guys? Are we good now? Up to now, guys, is it clear?
Yeah.
Right. Now the next point is compression. So what is the meaning of compression, guys? What it means?
So it will
Okay.
reduce the
Compression is that you
Size.
reduce the size.
Very good. Very good. Backup compression will reduce the backup file size. Very good. Nice point. Next. Is compression is it useful, guys, or it will create any performance issues?
It's useful, I
Very
think.
Very
useful.
useful, yes.
Useful.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay. So the answer is yes, guys. Very useful. Backup compression is very, very useful. If you don't have backup compression option for 1 TB database, 1 TB backup file will be generated, guys. That you know, right? If you are taking backup of your phone around 500 GB phone, imagine 500 GB phone you are using. If you are taking backup of your phone, you will get the backup file size, the same backup file size, you will get it right. If you are copying 1 GB file, or if you are taking backup of 1 GB file, the backup file size will be 1 GB, right? Correct, guys? If you just, there is a 1 GB file, you just copy paste it somewhere, what will happen? The same 1 GB file will be created, right? Correct. But here, if you are having 1 terabyte of database, if you don't have compression option, if you generate the backup, if you take the backup on 1 TB database, what will be the backup size, guys? Backup file size?
1 TB.
1 TB only.
GB.
There is no compression. Imagine if there is no compression, for 1 TB database, 1 TB backup file will be generated. But if you
Yeah.
are having backup compression option, for 1 TB, imagine 70% of the space you can save. Up to 70% or up to 80%. There is no fixed value, but 70 to 80% you can save, guys. Believe me. Very, very useful option, backup compression. It is going to reduce around 80%, 70 to 80% of the backup file size. For 1 TB, if you imagine 1 TB, if you enable backup compression, hardly 200 GB backup file will be generated, or 300 GB, roughly 200 to 300. Sometimes they will ask you this question, guys. What is the biggest database size in your organization? You will tell something, 3 TB, 4 TB and all. Then immediately will ask you how much time it will take to take the backup of this 3 TB database. One thing that is one question. The follow-up question will be, what will be the size of the 3 TB backup file? What will be the size of this 3 TB database backup file? Why? Because every day we are going to play with the backups. Every day. Every day. This is our common daily responsibility, guys. Sometimes backups will be failed. We have to go and check it. Sometimes you have to take manual backups. You have to restore it. So you are claiming that you are having 5-6 years of experience. If you don't know 1 TB database, how much it is going to generate, or 3 TB of database, how much backup file it will generate. If you don't know that, immediately he will caught you. Are you getting the point, guys? So around 70 to 80% size will be saved if with the backup compression option. So backup compression is very important. Almost on all the servers, backup compression will be enabled, guys. If it's not enabled, you can suggest to your team lead or your manager, guys. Backups are very important, and backup compression is also very important, guys. Okay. So you can set backup compression. So there are 3 settings. One is use the default server setting, or second one is compress backup, or third one is do not compress backup. Which option I have to choose?
Compress backup.
Compress backup.
Compress back.
Compress backup. Very good. So every time if I want to take backup of 100 databases in this server, every time I have to choose compress backup. Is it a good option, guys? Every time who is going to choose compress backup, who is going to choose? Difficult option. I mean to say, it's not so difficult, but every time we are doing same task means we can automate that task, right?
Yeah.
Correct, guys. Automation is nothing but
Use the default
the
server
same
setting.
task. Yes. So that's why we have an option called use the default server setting. So what is the server setting, Shanmukh? Go to the server. Go to the properties of this instance. Go to the database settings. What is this, guys? Compress backup. Is it enabled now?
No.
No. If I
No.
select, it will be enabled. So on
Correct.
server level, if I enable compress backup, while taking, if I choose use default server level setting, what will happen?
It'll by default compress it.
By default, it will compress it. So no need to take, by default, this will be selected anyhow. Shanmukh, you are going to select this option. No, by default, this will be selected. Use the default. This is the first option. So use the default server setting. On the server level, if compress backup is enabled, it will take the backups with compression. On the server level, if compress backup is disabled, it will take the backups without compression. Is it clear, guys, now?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
instead of enabling every time on every database, directly on the server level itself, I'll enable only once, right? Later, by default, it will take the backup using the default server setting, right? So by default, it will compress the backup. Why? Because on the server level, compress backup is enabled. So no need to select compress backup every time. Automatically, whenever you trigger a full backup, it will take the backup with compression, guys. Is it clear, guys, now about full backup?
Yes.
Are we good? So now let me generate a script for full backup query. Okay, I'm generating a script and I'm clicking OK, guys. I'm clicking OK. See, the status of the database backup you can see here. How much backup percentage is completed, you can see here. As it is small database, you can see immediately it went to 100%. If it is a big backup, big database, you can see 5, 10%, 20% like that increments you can see here. Click OK. Earlier, there is no file right here, see. When I click OK, you can see a backup is generated, guys. Is it clear now?
Mhm.
Clear? Everyone, how to take the full backup? Is it clear, guys?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. So on the server level, compress backup is enabled or it's not enabled, guys? Database settings. It's not enabled, right? Now let me take the backup for AdventureWorks. Right click tasks, backup, full backup, remove the old path, add the new path, browse it, select the backup folder and AdventureWorks 2019 underscore full backup
With date.
underscore 11/5/2024 dot BAK. Okay. 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 Fine. Media options and all, we don't select anything. Backup options also, we don't select anything. Now I'm taking the backup without compression. See the size of the backup and see the percentage here. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Done. Successfully completed. Okay. Now go and check. What is the size of the backup file?
203 megabytes.
You can see here.
Yeah, 199.
199 MB. Okay. Now let me take the backup with a compression. On the server level itself, I'm enabling the compression. Properties, database settings. Click OK. It's an on-the-fly option. No need to restart the SQL server. Okay. So now again, let me take the backup. Tasks, backup, full backup, remove, add, browse. Make sure backup is selected. I'll select this file, but don't worry. I'm going to rename it. Okay. Full backup to something like that. I'm renaming. I'm giving a different name. Click OK and click OK and click OK. Okay.
And Shanmugh, while this is being executed, this
Executed.
full backup is definitely not a downtime activity at all because the database is always accessible.
Backups will never be a downtime
Yeah.
activity.
Perfect.
Whenever
Great.
you want, you can take the backup. Okay.
Great.
But it might take the server resources. It might consume the server resources. So if the database backup, if the database size is big, it will consume the server resources like CPU and memory. So before
Yep.
triggering the backup during the production hours, make sure, okay. So if it is small and all, that's okay, fine. If it is big, don't trigger any full backup during production hours, guys. During office hours, don't do that. Generally, we don't take full backups in the organization regularly. Regularly in the sense, during production hours. We'll take it during off production hours, evening times, night time, night 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, where there is less traffic. Okay, during that time only we'll take the backup. Now see here. What is the size of the backup? 1 minute, just 1 minute. Hello?
49 MB.
So how much, guys? How much it is?
49
1/4.
49 MB.
How much percentage? 1 minute.
75%. 75%, I think.
Hello? Hello? Who said 75? Who said 75?
Josh.
Josh, is 50,000 out of 2 lakhs is 75%?
25 around.
Around 25.
It's fourth time.
Fourth part, 1/4.
1/4,
Yes, 1/4
So
means how much percentage? 25%.
25%. Yeah.
Okay,
so
so
initially it was 199 MB. Now it is 49 MB, right?
yes, initially it was 199, now it is 49.
Yes. So
Okay, initially it was 200, now it was 50,
50.
roughly 50.
So which is
Yeah.
25%.
That is
Four
1/4 of
times.
200.
Yes, yes.
1/4 means 25%, right?
Yes,
So
yes.
now you
Yes,
can see
correct.
the
Yes.
power of compression, guys. That means 75% of storage you saved, correct or not?
Yeah,
So now
absolutely.
Yes.
tell me to write 200 MB, it will take more time, or writing 50 MB file will take more time?
200
Writing
MB.
200 MB, of course, it will take more time. Writing 200 MB file will take more time, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
So writing 50 MB file will take less time. So you are saving the storage, one thing. You are saving the time. Ultimately, you are saving the
Writing time.
money.
Yeah.
Correct? Storage is money in the organization. Time is money in the organization. So
Correct.
you can see the benefits of compression. 75% storage you are saving. 75% of time you are saving. And around, okay, lot of money. See, for small database itself, you are storing this much. Imagine terabytes and terabytes you are going to handle. How much storage you are going to save? How much time you are going to save? How much money you are going to save? Backup compression is very important. So that's why we'll prefer backup compression, okay, for the backups and all. Now you see this file, right? You see this file, right? This is one backup set. This is second backup set. This is third backup set. What I said, guys, what is backup set? One backup file is called a backup set.
The collection of backup sets is a media set.
So now can you say, Shibin, so Shanmukh, control A, total 3 items. Now this is the media set. You said collection of backup sets is the media set. Can we say like that?
If we go by the definition, yes, we can.
Okay.
But
No.
I don't know, because we are changing the, I don't know if it is because we are changing the databases. This IPL is different to AdventureWorks.
I think these are different backup sets, right?
These are different backup sets. Very good. Yeah, these are different backup sets.
Yes.
Right? And each backup set is having its own backup file. Okay. Now let me take the backup again. Okay. Right click, tasks, backup, full backup, remove the old path, add the new path, browse the path, select the backup location. Again, I'll take the backup with the same name in the same location. Is it going to allow, guys? Type your answers in the chart. I am taking the backup on the same database with the same name in the same location. Already in that location file is created. So you are again trying to create the file with the same name. So is it going to allow or it is not going to allow? Guys,
Yes.
I hope you got my question. Right?
Yes.
I'm taking a backup to the same location, same path with the same name. If you give different name, of course, see here it is backup file. It is full backup full backup 2. I just changed the name. But if I give the same name, what will happen? In that location already that file is created. So will it throw
Will
the
clash.
error like file existed, or it will simply continue, guys?
It continues, but it overwriting.
You overwrite to the other existing one.
Next.
If override option is enabled, that time it will take override. And now it is getting some error.
It is going to throw the error. Pooja, we can add backup to update more backup. What is that meaning, Pooja? We can add backup to update
Means,
more backup.
no, sir. I mean, means we have a backup file and we are working again and again on that. So we can add more backup in the same file. Na?
Okay, to the same file it will be added. Means you are saying it will be appended,
Huh.
right?
Yes.
That is the meaning, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. What about others? Guys, it will throw the error, or it will be appended, or it will be overwrite.
It will be appended.
Appended. If you give the same name.
Yes.
I
Let's
think
see.
it depends on the configuration, right? Whether we selected overwrite or appended, that depends on the
So now
configuration.
let's go to backup media options or media options to see that. What you can see here.
Append
Append.
or
Append to the existing
Append to the
backup
existing.
set.
Yeah.
So now what will happen if I choose the same name, same path, same location?
It appends it. Yeah.
appended.
It
It will
won't.
append.
take the backup.
Okay, someone is saying it won't allow. Let's see. Let me click OK. Okay, now you see the size of the file. What is the first file size, guys? What is the first file size? This one I'm allowing. Okay, what is the size of the first file? 200.
200 MB.
199 MB.
Later,
199.
no. Later I enable the compression. What is the size of the file?
It's 49 MB.
49. So when I click OK, what should be the file of this? What should be the size of this file?
Times 2.
199.
49.
It's 49 MB.
49. Since there is no transaction, 49.
249 MB or 400 MB.
It is appending its 400 MB.
It's
49
append.
MB.
It's not compressed.
Server level I enabled, right? So it should be compressed.
Compressed.
I don't want you to confuse, guys. So that's okay. Let me click OK. You'll get a clarity. Okay. It will allow one thing that I want to tell you. Even though you give the same file name to the same location, it will allow. Why? Because by default, append option is selected. Okay. By default, append option is selected. Okay. By default, append option is selected. So that's why it will allow first thing to the same location with the same name. And second thing is here one backup set, the one backup set you already took without compression. Second backup set you are taking with compression, so it won't allow. That's why what it did is it took the backup without compression for the two backup sets. Okay, but let me show you the example of this database. You will get a clarity. Tasks, backup, full backup, remove the path, add the path, browse the path, select the path, choose the file name as 2, and this time I'll click OK, and I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to click OK, done. Okay, done. Now see the size. What is the size? Earlier it was 50, if you remember.
99.
Now
99
it was
MB. There's increment, yeah.
Okay, so now in this file, how many backups are there, guys? In
Two
this file,
backups.
2 backups. So what is
Two.
this file called
Two.
now? What is this file called now?
Media.
This is
set.
media file.
Media set. What is media set?
Yes.
Collection of backup sets. In this single file, there are 2 files actually. That's why this is called media set. So Shanmukh, how to identify whether in this file 1 file is there or 2 files are there or multiple files are there? How to identify? How to identify? While restoring, you can identify easily. Right click, task, restore database, select the database, select the file name. Okay. Where is your file? Device, in this device, browse,
Browse to the
add,
location.
go to the path. This is the file, right? Click OK and select the file, click contents. See, 2 files.
Yeah.
Can you see, guys? This
So
is
which
first
is the
one.
latest one we can take? Sir?
You can take, yeah, you can see here, start time, end time. This is at 9:02, this is at 9:12. Okay, so this is your collection of media set. Okay, this is how you
Sir,
can.
in that we can
Yes,
choose any one of
it's
database.
not possible.
Yeah.
See, it's not possible to choose while restoring. Generally, by default, it will take the fresh one to restore the database.
Yeah, latest one.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
While restoring it, don't restore both, guys. Don't get confused here. Here, while restoring, it will always take the latest one. Okay, so in this way, I don't want to show you the restore now. There is a separate class on restore. I'll explain. I just want to show you the media set. That's why I just used that restore. There is a separate class on restore database. How to do that? I'll explain. Don't worry. Is it clear, guys? Backup set, media
Yep.
set.
Yep.
Everyone,
Yes.
backup compression.
Can
Everyone,
look
how to
like
take the. Yeah, Josh.
yeah, I have one query here. Like right now, we are working on like a small data file for demo purpose, but in the real corporate environment, for instance, if we have like 2 TB, 4 TB, do you have like any estimated time like to take backup? You mentioned in the interviews I might raise this type of questions.
Yes.
So
Yes.
do you have like how long is gonna take? It depends on the resource, I know, but how long is gonna take? And also the other question is it like this 1 for 25% decrement compression is like a generic formula that we can consider it?
Yes. Yes. The first question answer is for 1 TB, if your resources are good, enough RAM, enough CPU, and if the server is not busy, for 1 TB, 1 terabyte, it will take 30 minutes, roughly 30 to 45 minutes roughly. For 1 TB, roughly,
Okay.
it will take 30 to 45 minutes if the server is not busy.
Okay.
So if anyone is
As this,
asking for 4 terabytes, how much time it will take the backup? How much time it will take the time? How much time it will take to take the backup? If anyone is asking, so you should be able to multiply it 4 into 30 minutes around. You don't tell directly 2 hours, 2 to 2.5 hours roughly. You can tell. Clear
okay.
now? For
Okay.
every
Yes.
terabyte, 1 terabyte, it will be 30 to 45 minutes. So if anyone is asking for 3 TB, how much, 4 TB, how much, you can multiply it and tell the nearest value. Don't tell the exact value. They will ask you, how come you are telling the exact values? Why? Today it will be 2
Okay.
hours, tomorrow it will be 2.5 hours. But roughly it will be 2 to 2.5 hours for 4 TB. Every 1 TB, multiply the 30 minutes, guys. Okay, it will be like that.
Okay.
Okay, file size, no one will, in case if they are asking how much file size will be, you can consider the 25 to 30% formula. 25 to 30. So for 1 TB, how much backup file will be generated? If he is asking, you can tell 200 GB to 250 GB.
Okay.
Okay, like that 4 TB, around 1 TB, 25%, around 1 TB backup file will be generated.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Guys, are we good now? Full backup.
Yes.
Everyone, backup set, media set, compression, location, backup options, media options, append. So if you give the same name to the same path, what will happen, guys? What will happen?
So it
Will
will
append.
data size will increase.
Correct. Overwrite or append.
Right. Okay. It will simply append to the existing backup set itself. It will be appended to the existing backup set. How to find the database size before backup? Very simple. Go to database properties. Okay. And you can see here size of the database. Clear, Anil?
Clear.
Yeah. Fine, guys. Are we good? Full backup. So how to take full backup database, full backup of the database using the query. So you can see this is the query, actual query. This is the actual query, backup database name to disk is equal to path and file name dot .dak. Like lot of parameters are added, but all these parameters are added, but still you can run the backup query like this also. Okay. Backup database name or AdventureWorks 2019 to disk is equal to, okay, I'll do like this, single quotes, AdventureWorks 2019 underscore full backup. This is the file name, guys, underscore. I'm giving CUI, command user interface, underscore, just to identify, that's it. Okay, underscore today's date 11/5/2024 .bak. Guys, now guess it whether can I give backup query like this? Is it going to allow me to take the backups using
No, sir.
this
You
query?
didn't give the
No,
path,
sir.
sir.
What's wrong in this command?
You're
Path,
not giving
path
a
is not there. Just file name only is there.
Path.
What about others, guys? So why only want to see security also you don't respond, safety also don't respond, backup also don't respond. Huh? When you will respond?
I guess while installing the SQL Server, default we provide a path.
Mm-hmm.
So once you run this query, it will automatically store to that path.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That is GUI.
Yeah, while installing, they will ask us the temporary file will be stored here, the backup file will be stored here in the last page. So might be this backup file will stored onto that location. So we no need to provide the C or D drive.
But here it is not showing anywhere in the path. So it is the command based, right? And it will not allow.
No, I'm asking. It's my
No, it
question. I'm
is.
asking.
Deepak is saying it might work. He is guessing.
Yes. Yes.
Right.
Okay. So let's see the answer, guys. Then select the query. Okay. First, what we have to do?
Parse
Parse it.
Parse it.
Right. Next,
Execute. Execute.
I'm executing. Let's see the answer.
It's not allowed.
Manju is so confident.
Something like that. Successfully processed.
Why, Manju? Why like that?
No, sir. No.
SQL Server is not listening your words. Why?
I don't know.
Very simple, guys. Okay. Whether you remember or not, while creating the database, I just generated a script. Around 83 lines of script is there to take to create the database. But in the next second itself, I created a database using 3 words. Are you remember this step, guys? During the database creation, I generated a script to create the database, which is around 83 lines of script. At the same time, using 3 words, create database, also I created the database.
Yes.
SQL Server is creating the database with the help of 83 lines. The same thing I'm achieving with the help of 3 words. How that is possible? What will happen when you run the query? What will happen?
Under the
told
hood,
you.
I think SQL Server is like
Under the
running.
hood, that will go and trigger that script at the back end.
During that time, I told you that it will add some
Yeah.
extra parameters, default parameters. Someone
Yes.
objected that there is no path. Yes, no path. But how come it was settled here? This is the default
Because
path.
the path
Okay,
got added as a
see here,
default path.
if you see here database properties, database setting, what is the default path for backups?
That is the
So
path.
if you don't give the path, it will go and sit here. Okay, path is mandatory, but you are not giving. SQL Server is giving. Don't think when you click execute, only this query will be executed. No. And on the above line, you can see the query to take the backup. What is the query to take the backup? See, what is the query to take the backup? How many lines of query is there? How many lines? This is the query to take the backup. But the same thing I'm expecting, the same thing I'm executing with the help of these 2 lines. How it is possible? Because I didn't give this path, I didn't give these values, but SQL Server is adding
SQL
some
Server is by default.
parameters. It is
Okay.
adding some parameters. It is adding the path. It is adding the values to the existing query, and then it is executing. That's how, guys. Don't think whatever you are writing here, it will execute blindly. No, SQL Server, based on the command, SQL Server will add some extra parameters to this, and then it will execute.
Shanmukh, like which one gives us like more control, the GUI method or this script method as a daily DBA?
Whatever you are comfortable, you can just go with that. No one will ask you take the backup with a GUI or CUI.
Hmm.
Customers needs backup. At the end,
Okay.
output is same.
I mean, like this script method provide us like customizations and provide them some parameters like.
Yes, yes, some extra parameters. For example, here stats 10. If you remember, while taking the backup, you can see every 10 incrementals, you can see 10 percentage, 20 percentage like that you can see, right? While taking the backups. Let me show you again. If you remember, while taking the backups, tasks, backup, here you can see right 10, 20, 30 percentage like that. Why? Why? Because stats is 10.
Stats, okay.
I can do the same thing like this. Okay, control C. I can, if it is big database, I cannot wait till 10 percentage, 20 percentage. I'll give 1 or 2 percentage like this. Stats 2. That means what? Every 2 percentage is completed, it will give you the notification. 2% completed, 4% completed, 6% is completed, 8% is completed, 10% is completed. Like that you can see. Are you
Okay.
getting the point? So you can modify the parameters
Okay.
also. If you give 1, it will show you the, again, 1, 2, 3, 4% is completed. Like that you can see, guys. That's how
Okay.
it
And
will
and
work.
if, and even this one is like show us the output screen. We see
Correct.
like the process
Yeah,
case.
here
For
also you
example,
can.
if there are like some unsuccessful like backup, like we can see the errors. We can catch you, right?
Yes,
In
yes,
the
we
output.
can see, we can see. That's, it will allow, but it is not taking by
Okay.
default. It will allow. Okay, the stats is not recognized device type option. So 1 minute, you have to skip. It is not taking only stats. Okay.
If you change that stats to 10, Shanmugh, will it
No,
take it?
no. It's not like that. Okay. Skip. You can give comma.
Yeah.
Then also it is throwing the error. So here you can give it, guys, but you have to give complete. See, the same query I'll give. See, here I'll change it. Why? Because you have to see here the same query, right? I can run
Okay.
it. I can execute it. See here in the messages, I can see how much
Yeah.
percentage is completed. Like this, I can see. Okay, so you can give, if you give 5 percentage, 5 here, you can see every 5 percentage it will give you, it will notify you in the messages section. Okay, execute again. Same under messages 5, 10. Of course, intervals 6, 10, 16, 21, 25. So like this in some intervals, it is not a big database, right? So that's why
Okay.
you are getting not so random. But if it is a big database, if you give 5, it will show you 5% completed, 5%
Okay.
processed, 10% processed, 15 processed.
It will bring
Something
in,
like
yeah,
that,
Okay.
5 multiples it
cumulative.
will show you.
Yeah.
So if it is a big
Okay.
database, if it is taking lot of time from 10 to 20, you don't know whether backup is running or not. So what we will do? We'll simply add it to 1. So every 1 percentage is completed, it will simply throw you the notification here under messages section. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. You can immediately see how much percentage is completed. Clear? So like
Yeah.
that, these kind of, guys, it's not mandatory to remember all these things. Backup, you know, right, how to take using GUI, that is enough. Okay,
Yeah.
this is
Okay.
extra cheese, that's it. Okay, so if you want to learn extra subject, that's it. So stats is something like how much percentage is completed, it will help you guys. So you can add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 percentage also. So that every 10 percentage, it will show you 10% completed, 20% completed, like that process we can see. I'm sorry. So this is how we can take the backups and this is how it will work, guys. Clear, everyone?
So for all users, we can take the backup, or we give any permissions to specific users.
Nothing like that. Generally, only DBS will take the backup. DBS are sysadmins, first of all. But still, if you want to give backup permission to any of the guy, you remember there is a role called, what is that role? What is that role which will help you to take the backup?
Ba- Backup.
DB server, no, database.
I think it should be master.
No problem. We can run it wherever you
Okay. Okay.
underscore you can do. Drop is there, not backup is. Backup operator, I guess. Okay,
Yes,
backup
backup.
operator.
I think that is server
Backup
level.
operator is under
Yeah,
database
yeah.
level.
It's a database
Server
role.
level.
It's a database role. It's a database role.
Okay.
Backup operator is a database role. So a member of database backup operator can take the backups. And of course, sysadmins also can take the backups. Okay, right. No other person will take the backup, can take the backups. In the organization, only DBS will have capability to take the backup. So DBS always part of sysadmins. So if he's asking, particularly, you can tell them a member of backup operator can take the backups of database. Okay.
Yeah.
Chalo guys, that's it for now. Okay, we'll connect tomorrow at same time, 7 a.m. IST, and we'll continue the backups. Okay, thank you all. Good night. Bye. Good day.
Thank you.
All right, Shyam,
Yeah,
thank
thank
you.
you.
Yeah.
Work.